lendingclub.com/sports, lendingclub.com/sports. All sorts of stuff. Let's go to my friend in New York, Nick Wright, First Things First co-host via the Coward Global Satellite Network. All right, let's start with something I know you'll have an opinion on. When I read a Bleacher Report story, nothing against Bleacher Report, and they said, the Lakers and the Cavs, it's a wash. Maybe I'm off my gourd, but if you look at that Laker roster, young, long, athletic, fast, all getting better, I think this is a significantly better roster. Am I nuts than Cleveland?
When LeBron James ripped the heart out of Boston in Game 6 and 7 last year, who was his second-best player on the court in those two critical must-win games? The answer is Jeff Green. I would ask the writer of Bleacher Report or people watching right now, do you know which team Jeff Green plays for at this moment? The second-best player in a road must-win game. The answer is Washington, and I wish Jeff Green is best. That Cavs team was a 20-win team last year without LeBron James. It's why what he did in the regular season, the first round against Indy, the sweep against Toronto, the comeback, a 7-game road series against Boston is one of the most impressive accomplishments of his career. The Lakers roster is far from perfect. It is flawed. It needs more talent. It needs more experience. But LeBron's second-best player last year was Kevin Love, who was in and out of the lineup with a mental health issue, and all the power to him for fighting through that and for seeking help, and then a broken hand. JR had the second worst year of his career. Isaiah Thomas was unplayable. Jordan Clarkson didn't look like an NBA player. Come on. Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, Hart, all would have been at least the third-best player on that team. Give me a break.
And Rondo, by the way, had a hell of a year last year. Nobody talked about it, but Rondo
I wouldn't. Yeah.
For
sure.
Yeah, he was
Absolutely.
really good. All right, so you're in New York, and I got to lean on you sometimes for stuff like this. I've been critical of OBJ, the kicking net and the theatrics, and all. Yeah, I'm a reasonably opinionated guy, and I supported him this week. I said, listen, everybody needs somebody in the room. Somebody's got to stand up at Thanksgiving dinner and say, Uncle Phil, your comments are inappropriate, and Grandma, you can't drive anymore. Somebody in the family has to say that. In the NFL, unlike the NBA and baseball, there's about 3 guys in a locker room that could say something critical and not be demoted. In New York, it's Odell Beckham. He addressed the elephant in the room. He started the process of getting Eli out of there, which he should have been a year to 2 years ago. I supported him for that. How has it been? It was outspoken, but he didn't say anything untrue. And he is the only Giant that can talk and not get demoted. How did it play in New York? What is the media saying? Is he getting pushback? And your thoughts on the OBG comments on Eli?
All right, so a lot there. First of all, most importantly, somewhere in your subconscious, you've been watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because you went Uncle Phil, and I support that move. But most importantly, let me address all this. He's getting killed in New York because of course he is. But I would ask the audience, anyone killing him, did what Odell Beckham say, was it true? Oh, yeah, it was true. Did it hurt them on the field? Well, they scored the most points they've scored in 2.5 years. Now, I don't think it helped them on the field, but I also didn't think the boat trip hurt them on the field. And I've heard forever, the boat trip. You can't be on a bass boat on a Tuesday and play football on a Sunday. We all know that. And it is no more ludicrous to say the comments are why they scored 30 points for the first time in 2.5 years than it would have been to say the boat trip was why they struggled. But he's getting killed anyway. Here's the reason why I think you're right for supporting him. Everyone is assuming it was an unpopular sentiment in the locker room. Man, you know how many Giants won a Super Bowl with Eli Manning that are on this team? Zach Diassi, the long snapper. That's the list. Odell said what I imagine Sterling Shepard, Saquon Barkley, Evan Ingram. Again, I'm not reporting this, but what I would imagine a lot of those guys are thinking. And you're right. He has the power to do it. He has the juice to do it. And it's just, but he wasn't supposed to do it. Okay. I mean, why? It becomes a snake eating its tail. He's not supposed to do it because it's a distraction. Why is he not supposed to do it because it's a distraction? Why is it a distraction? Because he's not supposed to do it. But it's accurate. It didn't hurt the team. And it forces the Giants maybe to talk about something internally they should be talking about, and they should have been talking about for the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, if we're being honest, 5 years. Eli Manning ain't any good anymore.
Yes.
He's not any good anymore. And like Colin, like everyone says, Odell should pay homage to Eli. The year before Odell got there, Eli Manning had 18 touchdowns, 27 picks, and a 69 passer rating. He was the worst quarterback in football the year before the kid with the yellow hair showed up. Maybe Eli should be a little deferential to him. But I know you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, I know. But I think we both agree on that point.
I know. You've changed your opinion. It's well done. I applaud it.
Thank you. When I'm watching, I said earlier today to start my show, generally great players get talked about like LeBron, Brady, and Breeze. On my show, average to, regular guys don't get talked about on my show unless there's a controversy. Dak Prescott's had 3 great years in his career. On average, great players, Rice, Marvin Harrison, Chris Carter, T.O., Ocho, all the great receivers, Calvin Johnson, average, not Dak, Dez, I'm talking Dez Bryant. So Dez Bryant had 3 great years. Great receivers averaged 9 great years. Could I make the argument? I said this morning I'm never talking about Dez Bryant again, and now I am 10 minutes later. Could I make the argument that Dez Bryant is the single most overrated NFL star in my lifetime, that he would not be discussed if he was a Buccaneer or a Bear, that he owes the Cowboys a debt of gratitude in Jerry Jones. He had 3 great years. He's a shot fighter mostly, and we still talk about him on shows like this.
Well, so that's interesting. And right when you said it, I was trying to roll through the Rolodex of names of who else is up there, who else could be in the conversation. And I can't think of one. You're absolutely right. Dez Bryant's entire legend is 3 years and a ball that he didn't catch. Like, that is what it was. Now, for those 3 years, he was special. He was a great player, averaging 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns in those 3 years. But that's it. And it's now been 3 years since those 3 years. I don't think Dez Bryant wants to play football, because I don't think Dez Bryant's an idiot. And Dez Bryant knows at this point that the Twitter commentary isn't helping him. He knows he overestimated the market when he turned down 7 years, $21 million from the Ravens, but then he got a life preserver from Cleveland, and he tried to fight them on money as well. Maybe Dez Bryant's done very well with his money. Maybe he's comfortable. Maybe he realizes, man, it's nice not to get hit for a living. I think Dez Bryant wants to play for the Cowboys or nobody else, because every decision he makes, it shows you he's not interested in attracting the next team. But I think you're correct that the legend of Dez Bryant at this point is greater than the production of Dez Bryant.
Finally, we're not baseball guys. You grew up in Kansas City. I grew up in Seattle. Mostly sad places. Last 30 years to love baseball. But I'm going to give you the floor for 90 seconds on this, because Aaron Boone's my friend. He's getting blamed for the Yankees' loss, and you live in New York. I've said this for years. Alex Cora manages the Red Sox. He makes no more money than the football coach at Western Kentucky or Troy. That baseball sends us a message constantly. Managers don't matter. They don't matter. They don't pay him anything. Aaron Boone's getting sliced and diced in New York because the Yankees got beat by a, I don't know, significantly better baseball team. Your thoughts?
All right, so everything you're saying there is correct. And if people underestimate or overestimate the type of salary these baseball managers get, I'm not going to put the exact numbers out there, but let me say this to the audience. Colin Cowherd hasn't walked through a door for what Aaron Boone makes in a year in the last decade. No, it's true. Look it up, America. It's accurate. So I saw the back page of the New York Post the day after the Yankees lose Game 3, a game they lost 16-1. Is filleting the manager. They lost by 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. They're like, man, Aaron Boone blew it. Listen, the Yankees, Stanton in this series didn't have an extra base hit, didn't have an RBI. They ran into a 108-win team. I heard you talking about point differential earlier, Colin. There are 2 great teams in baseball this year, 2 historically great teams, the Red Sox and the Astros. They're the two teams that are supposed to be playing in the ALCS. To blame Aaron Boone for this is lunacy. The Yankees are ahead of schedule. Last year, they shouldn't even made the playoffs. They made Game 7 of the ALCS. This year, they went 100 games. They just ran into a better team. And I don't know Aaron Boone. I'm glad he's friends with you, though, because you can loan him some money.
Yeah. Nick Wright, my buddy, first things first. Also, I listen to him every day on that Mad Dog radio channel. Say hi to Russo. He's nuts. You guys do a great job. Thanks, buddy. By the way,
Joy Taylor, great job on the sideline.
Yeah.
I meant to text you. Great job. That was awesome. Thank you, guys.
You looked very European and sophisticated.
Did I?
Oh, yeah, I thought you looked.
You know what? Your hometown is very rainy, and this hair, it's not made for the rain.
My staff did a good job here. Baseball tells you constantly. The owners and the GMs tell you, we don't think baseball managers are that valuable. Baseball has a 162-game season. College football's got a 12-game season. Look at the salaries of coaches. Tom Herman, $6 million. Harbaugh, $7.5 million. Alex Cora makes $800,000 a year. Aaron Boone for the Yankees, a little over $1 million. It's analytics in 2018. These guys, the owner's telling you, the GM's telling you. For the Red Sox and Yankees, defensive coordinators in the SEC make more than Aaron Boone and Alex Cora.
It's kind of staggering.
Because it doesn't matter. Stop blaming managers in baseball. Giancarlo Stanton's salary is worth the top 21 managers in baseball. He's more valuable than 21 managers combined, according to the pay scale in Major League Baseball. Coming up next, the next Belichick and Nick Saban in football. He's going to get 20 guys fired. That is coming up next.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're